Pick n Pay is headquartered in Claremont, Cape Town. It now is a single listed entity. It has a market cap of 30 billion rand, a PE ratio of 23.29 and a dividend yield of 2.86%. So Pick n Pay, how does it trade at 23 times earnings compared to the rest? I mean, I know this is a bit of a turnaround story, but how long is this turnaround story going to take?
Well, you go back a year or two and it was significantly higher than that. This was in the 30s, approaching 40 times
the
PE.
share price there. You can see the
so
peak.
Yeah, it's come off quite a bit. It's getting back into more reasonable territory, I would have said. Having said that, I think it's noticeable in the last set of results, both from them and Shoprite. Shoprite's taking market share back from them. And that's a bit of a reversal, because you go back a year or two ago, they were taking market share from Shoprite. And these are the two big guys, and then they really hammer away at each other, hammer and tongs. So, no, I think they find themselves in a very, very difficult space, Byron, in the sense that this is the quintessential middle-class shopping destination. And what with the 45% tax rate, the higher tax rate we saw from the budget back in February, and the middle class getting squeezed more and more and more, I suspect they may be vulnerable. Shoprite, on the other hand, different demographic, plumbing more into that lower end of the market, and of course, as I mentioned, they may have some success in the upper end as well. So I think Pick n Pay might just get a bit squeezed over the next few years.
And they were caught resting. They were very comfortable with their leading position, as you mentioned, a few decades back, and they sort of didn't catch on with the change in distribution centres and so on. But they've definitely turned that around.
Oh yes, yes.
They've got some nice Tesco experience in there. The rewards program seems to be working pretty well.
Very well.
I mean, they've got the biggest rewards program in the country, I think. So they are doing some things right.
They're very innovative in so many areas. I mean, you mentioned the rewards program. They recently cut the reward from 1% to 0.5. But if you delve into it, what they've done is they've drawn the customer closer to the company, because it means you're now looking for more bargains and such. And you go into the card and you see what's there and you think, by Jove, if I spend this, I'm going to get $100 off and blah, blah, blah. And it actually works. It works incredibly well. So I think ultimately people probably end up getting even more of a good deal than they did before. And it has the effect, as I say, of drawing people closer to the company. So I think very, very clever indeed. So technology, far better than they were, getting back to that kind of preferred status space. As I say, I just think from a demographic perspective, they may well be getting squeezed, and I think Shoprite is really moving to take market share away from them this year.
You don't sound very positive on this one. Hot
I'm not hot on this one, unfortunately, no. Love the company, it's a great company, quality operation, but I'm not hot on it.
Yeah, I'm also going to agree with you there. Great brand, but purely on price as well. I think it trades at a bit of a lofty valuation there, so not hot.